What are y'all doing? Well, I'm getting ready to scroll. I appreciate everybody that might be here right now. Might just be none. I'll give a little bit for people to get on in here. Excuse me. It says we have 3 watching, so we can probably get going. By golly. It is Sunday. Probably a lot of people at church or whatever it is some people do on Sundays other than church. I got some rest. I'm still not feeling real well, but figured maybe if I got my mind on this, I'd get a little better. And right after you said that, Aeon, hello, Shannon Keats. Shannon is asking from Facebook, do you find better tracing the image to the wood or gluing it on? I trace it on for therapeutic value, just for something to do while I'm listening to music or whatever. And I started doing it because spiral blades would pull off the paper that was adhered down, but there might be better ways of doing it now, but I just got in the habit of tracing it onto the wood with carbon paper. And thank you for your question. Anybody with questions or comments are welcome to throw them out there. I'll respond. Using number 5 flat-ended spiral Flying Dutchman. The material is 1/4 inch maple ply, and we're using a 22-inch Hegner. Hello, John N. And Herb Pepper, by the way. Hello, Leonard Davis. Scroll on right back at you. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for summer, or at least warmer temperatures. Hope everybody's having a good day so far, or night, whatever time of day it is, wherever you are. Hello, Ronald. He says Flying Dutchman has a blade called the New Spiral. Do you have any experience with these blades, and how do they compare with the flat-ended spirals? I don't know if I've tried the New Spirals or not. If those are the ones that are actually round, I think I tried it once, and I couldn't get it in the clamp on the Hegner because the Hegner has a very narrow clamp. But I don't know if that's what the new one is. So I cannot give you an accurate answer because I haven't tried it yet. But I'm one of these people, if it ain't broke, I don't fix it. But maybe I'm just fearing change. So I'm sorry I can't give you a better answer than that. No shoveling here, but it's still uncomfortably cold. Not nearly as cold as it is up north in other areas, but still not comfy. I appreciate it, John. I wish I felt better, but I felt worse, so we're good. And Ronald says, now for a serious question, Charles. Each time you open a streaming session, you say one or two words that I don't understand. Can you explain? Yeah, Ronald, just to be my usual dorky self, I'll say it slowly to say what I'm saying, but I'll say, what are y'all doing? And I just say it in kind of a hick voice. So I say, what are y'all doing? And I'll say, what are y'all doing? That's just a hick way of saying it, because I want it to be my little opening line. I have the scroll on at the end, and what are y'all doing at the beginning? You were close, John. It's what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? It would be easier to understand if I wasn't saying it with a hick accent, but that's what I do. By God, what are y'all doing? Well, I'm glad you asked. Now you know what I'm saying. What's funny is every time I ask, what are y'all doing? Nobody ever tells me what they're doing. I'm kidding, because they're usually watching, I guess. And I'm going to stop doing the whole drinking game on Can't Find the Pilot Hole, because that happened way too often now. That was something somebody else started. I used to be so quick at finding the pilot hole, and now my depth perception is way off. I'm glad you asked that, Ronald. I wonder how many other people couldn't understand what I was saying. Because sometimes I talk a little funny. Appreciate it. John Ronald says, thanks, Charles. We Pennsylvania Yankees sometimes struggle with foreign dialects. Don't you do it. Hello, Al Forte. Appreciate you being here. What are y'all doing? There's a lot of hick things I could have said a lot worse, but you know, that'll probably work. I believe Al Forte just recently built a bunk bed for somebody. That was pretty cool. And I'll adjust the camera here as soon as I get this loaded in. I try to keep the camera in a decent spot, but I don't always get it right. Prepping for a stream on Twitch. Oh, that was Minecraft inspired. I didn't know that. I've never understood the appeal of Minecraft, but I'm also not a gamer. I just my wife likes Minecraft. I don't see the appeal, but I'm just weird like that, I guess. Well, if y'all ever see me pointing, that's me looking on the screen to see if it's showing where I'm cutting. It could be a little better, but I can't get everything in there. I mean, I could put the camera right next to my head, but I'd be bumping it all the time. So y'all could see what I see as I see it. I want to find a better camera angle so y'all can see what I've already done as I'm cutting us as well. It's hard to find a happy medium with the camera. Hell, I don't know where to put it. We'll just put it right back where it was. Yeah. And these are just wrinkles in the clothes, so you don't have to stay right on the line. That's why I'm not even trying to be careful with it. We're going to take us a swig of Dr. Pepper, see if it'll keep us awake. Maybe. Try to find a better camera angle here. Y'all know me, I'm very decisive. I don't know where to put the stupid camera without hitting it, but I also want y'all to be able to see better. I might bump it with my head quite a few times. That's really not much better than it was. It's just a different angle it messed up. Alright. Well, I tried. I should have just left it alone. Alright. And if you're interested, this pattern is available on woodenvicious.com. You should be able to find it under the word forgiven in the search bar. One version is like this, and the other version has a border around it. Somewhat. It'll be an awful quiet out there. Of course, we only have 4 viewers. Where's the love, man? Just kidding. I just realized the mic was not by my mouth, but oh well. I wasn't saying much anything important anyway. Hello, Wayne. Appreciate you being here. Sorry, Herb. I had the microphone up by my forehead because I got it out of the way when I was drinking. I didn't bring it back down by my mouth. And the reason why Wayne is saying evening is because he's in a different time zone. It's 1:05 p.m. over here. I believe it's 7 p.m. where he is, 7 or 8, somewhere in there. the blade gets dull, it's harder to shave the line like I usually do. But I'm too stubborn to put in a new blade until I have trouble cutting. Oh, it's 9:07 where he is. That's an 8-hour difference. Wait, yeah, 8-hour difference. For me, anyway. I'm in Central Time. Oh. Leave it to me to get it wrong, Wayne. That's what I do. Thinking is not always my strong point. Or thinking correctly. with the size of this piece, it's kind of hard to find an ideal camera angle. I guess I should have just left it where it was. We're going to get there. There's only 5 people watching, but if any of you have comments or questions, feel free to throw them out there. I don't mind addressing them. That would be a broken blade. Had to happen eventually. That was a blade from yesterday anyway. Watching the magic happen, I appreciate that. It kind of scared me too, but I didn't let on. Sometimes we find the pilot hole quickly. We're just not always going to have a pretty camera angle here because I can't get the whole piece in there while I'm cutting it. Now I could pull the camera back, but every time I do that, the autofocus on the camera fluctuates and it makes it hard to see anything, which kind of sucks. I'm using a webcam. If y'all heard me cussing, I apologize, but this is the first time the StreamYard went down. It said something went wrong, try again, so I had to go out and come back in. Did the live stream end, or is anybody still here? What happened on y'all's end? I was sitting here cutting, and I looked over, and the laptop said, or this time it was StreamYard. The website itself said something went wrong. Try again. So I'm very sorry if y'all heard me cuss. I don't know what the heck went wrong. I'm very sorry for the language y'all just heard. I'm pretty sure y'all heard it. I don't know, did y'all hear it? Because it died on my end, but it shows the same amount of viewers and it hasn't stopped the clock. And I know I'm making a big deal out of it, but let me know whether or not you heard me cuss, because I don't. I hope that wasn't on the live stream. I have no idea what happened. That's the first time StreamYard has died. Usually it's my laptop that died. Can y'all? I'm gonna wait until we find out if y'all heard me cuss. I hope to God you didn't, because it was probably the worst cuss word I could have said. Okay, good. That's the first time StreamYard has died on me. I've had my laptop die quite a few times, but StreamYard, I've never had it die before. That was weird. Well, that's good. I'm glad y'all didn't hear that. Wow, I wonder what caused that. But the fact that it still shows the clock going and same amount of people watching, that's kind of cool. So I thought I was going to have to reschedule and restart it and all that kind of crap. And YouTube has already flagged my live stream for review, so we're going to go ahead and request the review because we love it when this happens. I'm so glad y'all didn't hear me cuss. I try to avoid that on these live streams. Okay, let's get back on it. Dagnabbit, I didn't need that stress. I really need to watch my language in case, because I cussed one time before, or the first time I thought the live stream ended a long time ago. Hello, Pete Roberts. Appreciate you being here, sir. What's weird is that it died and y'all are still here. I mean, it didn't kick everybody out. That's what's weird. What happened on y'all's end? Did the screen just go black and then I came back? I don't know. I've never had StreamYard do that before, so I don't know what it looked like on the platforms everybody's watching on. Pete Roberts is watching on Facebook. Everybody else is commenting from YouTube. But I'm curious what happened on YouTube when you were watching it. Was it just a black screen? I'll go back and look after I finish this cut. black screen. Okay. Hello, Louis Diaz. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. It is available on woodenvisions.com. If you're interested, there's this version, which is kind of just free floating, like with a little thing on the end, on the bottom, or there's a bordered version. Well, I'm glad I didn't have to reset up the live stream. It just, died for whatever reason. That's weird. I got to stop bumping the camera. Appreciate you joining, Lewis. By the way, those on Facebook watching cannot see the YouTube comments, and people on YouTube can't see the Facebook comments, so that's why I read them out loud. That was weird. It's usually my laptop dying. This is the first time StreamYard has ever croaked on me. Just for giggles here in a little bit, I may go ahead and just cut the perimeter of this out just to have a different cut rather than I'm going to move this clamp so my head doesn't keep bumping the camera as much. Hello, Mr. Tommy Wheeler. Yes, sir, we do. Yes, sir, we do. Sadly, I don't get out much. Y'all let me know if that camera starts fluctuating, but at least this lets y'all see more of the piece. But after this cut, I'm probably going to cut the perimeter of it out. So right now, it's just roughly colored out, cut out. It's not cut to the line on everything. And yes, I went off the line, but again, this is just a wrinkle in the shirt, so that's why I don't really care if I go off the line. Things like the shape of the body, the shape of the arm, the shape of the hammer, the faces, that's where you want to make sure to stay on the line as much as possible. Important shapes, but stuff like wrinkles in a shirt doesn't really matter if you go off a little bit. Hello, Bill. Welcome back, sir. That's one way to get the chat going. Let somebody else come in there. Y'all say hi to Tommy Wheeler as well. He's over on Facebook. Y'all can't see him because you're on YouTube, but say hi to Mr. Tommy Wheeler. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just cut out the perimeter for a bigger cut. Go ahead and get this circle portion done first. It'll be the hardest part to stay on the line, so I'm going to get close to the line and just sand to it later. But I'll try to get as close as I can while I'm cutting it. Aussie Man says, hi Charles, I promise to behave myself today. Sorry if I offended anyone yesterday. I seriously doubt you offended anyone yesterday, Aussie. But I appreciate your apology. But yeah, if you offended anybody, I did too. But sometimes we have fun on these things. But y'all take a drink with me. And we'll get rolling. And per the usual, the laptop died yesterday, or last night, this morning, whatever time it was, I don't remember. They all run together after a while. I wasn't offended by anything you said, Bill. Sometimes we all just have our sense of humor. Some it works for some people, some it doesn't, but I had no issues with anything. Hello, Mr. Steve Nealon of Hernial Media. Appreciate you joining again. Still not feeling real well, but I'm trying to get past it. That's why I'm babbling. Keep my mind off of it. I may not try to stay right on that line of the circle because it's kind of hard to follow a circle, but we'll try. But I'm cutting to the waist side of the line. That way, if I go off the line, it's into the waist area. And I can fix it later with a little sander. My sleeve keeps getting caught on the edge of the table. Anytime you see me stop, it's me looking to see if I'm about to hit anything or just repositioning my hand. And when I reposition my hand, it's either to alter the steering or to stabilize the piece that might vibrate. So if that chatter is louder, it's because my hands are further away from the blade. And yes, we went off the line, but it's just his pants. It doesn't matter. It's going to be wavy anyway. I went off the line on purpose because I'm trying to get the bulk of this waste off of here so it doesn't catch on the table as I'm cutting the rest of it. There's no real importance to the shape of this piece, is why I'm not being careful to stay on the line. I'm going to take a little break to stretch my back a little bit because that was sitting in one spot too long. Let me catch up on the here. Comments. And it mainly just looks like everybody's saying hi to each other. But if I missed any comments, let me know. Osman says, nice line following there, Charles, around the circle. Not always easy. Yeah, I was actually surprised that I stayed on the line so much on that circle. Yes, awesome, man. I have this version as well as a bordered version on the website. Yes, it is a long cut. That's why I'm taking a break. That was only one side on the bottom and the top. We just got to do the right side of it, and then I'll be done. I just got to stretch a little bit. And I don't always know why I do these standalone pieces. I guess sometimes they just appeal to me. And hello, Daniel Davis. Appreciate you stopping by. And for what it's worth, after I'm done cutting the perimeter, I'll back up the camera long enough to show y'all, and then we'll go back in closer to go back to the cuts. But I did notice that we never incorporated my signature into here. But rest assured, it will happen. I'll probably do it. I'll probably do the signature, because I know y'all are dying to know. I'll probably do the signature right in this area. And hopefully this one won't be at an angle. In some of these places you can tell I traced it sloppily, so I'm just trying to generalize where the line is. And right now this is just the robe. It doesn't have to be a specific shape, so if you go off the line, no issues. But when we get up to the hands and the arm, we want to try to stay on the line there. Turning the piece so I can get comfortable to get the last little bit of the cut. Alright, so the perimeter's cut. I will back up the camera just long enough to show y'all the shape of the perimeter, and then we'll get back to the interior cuts. That is the exterior cut. Nothing real exciting, but wanted to show you. Oh, diddly. Let me catch up on the comments. Aussie Man said, I thought you might have done all the middle first. That's what I would have done. And I planned to do that, but I figured what the hell. I needed to change the scenery, so I cut the perimeter. Mimi Lord says, hello everyone. Just stopping in while I wait for a customer to pick up some portraits I cut for her. She is very excited to get them. Awesome. Hello, Mimi. And where are we at? Hello, Mr. Midnight Joker. Welcome back. Looks good so far, Scroller Man. Well, much obliged. Now, obviously, this piece being not that big, it didn't reduce, cutting the perimeter didn't reduce the weight that much, but I just needed to change the scenery. Now, let's get back to the... Now, I wouldn't have done that if I had thought this arm here was going to flop around a lot. I mean, it'll move, but it won't, like, dangerously break unless I just slap the heck out of it. I don't plan on doing that. Because that would just be stupid. Check old YouTube there, see if they've been nice to me yet. Nope, still held for review. Is that an utter shock or what? Nope, it's not. God, I love them. You would think after 53 live streams they would have figured out that my videos are not an issue, but I'm told it's an algorithm thing, not an actual person flagging them. I don't know. Again, just a wrinkle, so I'm not being real careful with the line, just keeping the general shape. Mimi, this one is just a cut. It's not for anybody. It'll just be laying on the pile for sale. Midnight Joker says he's editing his first video, which is cool. Good luck on that, sir. I suck at editing. That or I just don't have the patience. But yeah, I don't do a lot of snazzy crap. I mainly just either time lapse it or put captioning on it or edit out the ums and ahs if I'm talking. Midnight Joker says, I made a very simple, quick way to make star knobs. Wayne the Woodturner. All the videos I've seen are slow and complicated. Well, good. That's what inspires me to make some videos when I find an easier way to do something and want to help people. I actually have one video on my channel that's not related to woodworking or scroll sawing. It was how to polish cow horns, or how to get them from old flaky crap to nice and shiny. I noticed nobody had a video out there of how to do it thoroughly, so I did a thorough video. I have a pet peeve when I see a video titled how to such and such, and then they either don't show the whole process or they're not talking, they're just showing. To me, that's not a how to, because not everybody learns by watching. I may not be the best teacher at things, but I try to be thorough. But I don't believe a video should be titled how to unless you're actually teaching how to. That's just me. Yeah, Wayne, I tend to prefer doing lives too. I'm only on my 53rd live right now, so I'm kind of slacking. Of course, not all of these videos are how-tos unless somebody asks a question. Usually it's just, let's scroll kind of thing. But I don't title these things how to do such and such unless I'm actually making it a point to teach the whole time. But I try to mention little snippets of information to hopefully teach one or two people. I found the pilot hole, but it won't go through it, so I'm wrestling with it. Probably got debris in it. Or the tip of the blade is bent. I don't know. But it won't go through. So I'm going to... No, wait. Yeah, I'm going to get a broken blade to hog out the hole. We'll do that a few times just to... that's what I do when I'm having issues with pilot holes. I will get an old broken blade like that and just run it up and down through the pilot hole to clear it out a little bit. Did I even drill a pilot hole there? Because I have a dot there, but I'm not feeling anything. Maybe I just thought I had to drill it. Dang it. What is that? Let's see if we even got a pilot hole there. Nope. I just had a dot there for no reason. Let me get a bigger broken blade so I can, or even a non-broken blade, just to hog out the hole here. And the roosters are getting active outside. Now, I'm not going to hog out every hole right now, just a few of them, so I don't have to wrestle with them. And if you're seeing fuzzies on the back, that is the downside of spirals. You can see how the edges of the holes are a little fuzzy, but that's all right. They do come off if you sand. Some people use a little torch. If you're quick enough, it won't torch your piece. All right, let's go with that. So that's probably why I was having trouble getting to the pilot holes. I was digging into the wrong side. It's that hole there. So we'll see if that helped any. Whoops. Somehow I knew I was going to bump the camera. Alright, that helped a little. Let me get it in the clamp and then we'll get the camera reset. This weekend went by kind of quick, didn't it? Well, for me it did. Y'all might be able to hear those roosters. They're kind of loud. I'm going to stretch a little bit and we'll get back going. I can probably take off my jacket now. Yeah, I guess if you listen closely, you might be able to hear them. I don't know, but they're being kind of loud. Hey, y'all bear with me a second. I'm going to go ahead and open the window to get some fresh air in here. It'll be less than 30 seconds. I didn't count, but that was probably less than 30 seconds. Here it was cold in the shop earlier. Now it's nice and comfy outside. I love being in Texas, by golly. See, now I'm trying to be quiet so you can hear the roosters, but they won't do anything now. Because nobody's ever heard a rooster. Okay. Nice and comfortable temperature now, so I'm a little more comfortable. You don't want me to scroll or nothing, do you? I'm just kidding. If anybody has any comments or questions, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, let me know. You might have heard that one. That rooster. Anyway, for those watching on Facebook, you cannot see the YouTube comments, and those on YouTube cannot see the Facebook comments. That's why I read them out loud. But the I'm laughing because the roosters keep interrupting. Anyway, the YouTube chat is usually the most active, and the video quality is usually a little bit better on YouTube. So if anybody wants to go over there, I hope you'll subscribe and click on the bell. Mimi Lord says, well, she came and got them. She was very pleased. So I guess I will head out to the garage and we'll take you guys with me so I can listen to what is going on. All right. I haven't been doing a whole lot of talking, Mimi, because, when the chat's quiet towards me, I'm a little quiet myself. But sometimes I try to keep myself awake, too, by talking. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear those roosters just for the sake of conversation. I don't know, Midnight Joker. It was a pattern request a long time ago. Or, I say a long time ago. Somebody posted a picture of a painting called Forgiven, and that's where I got the pattern from. He wanted the pattern, and it looked interesting to do. So I don't know if it's biblical or not. I mean, it's Jesus and a guy, but I don't know if it has anything to do with the Bible. But the guy is holding a hammer and a stake in one hand. He's holding a stake right here. Surely y'all can hear those roosters. I don't know. I don't know why I'm so worried about it. I just thought the picture looked neat, is why I decided to make a pattern out of it. So here we go. Hello, Mr. Jacob and Lawrence. Laughing at Bill's comment. He says it's a graffiti man in ancient times getting arrested and in front of a sunset. And oh look, I can't find the pilot hole. That never happens. So if I'm not careful, I may finish this on this live stream. It just depends on if the laptop holds out. It hasn't been real nice to me lately. No promises, because sometimes when I get tired, it's sudden, but we'll do our darndest. Trying to shave that line, but my eyesight's kind of blurring when I try to focus in on it. So we'll just ignore it and go on. So if the cutting ever seems to suddenly sound louder, it's because my face is closer to the piece, trying to see something. You know, it's funny, I always say if it's a wrinkle, don't worry if you go off the line, but sometimes out of habit, I'll just go back and try to shave the line if I go off of it a little bit. So it's mainly because I don't want to have bumps in the line. I mean, if we can go off the line a little wavy, but not real bumpy, it would look a little funny in my opinion. And just for giggles, I'm going to start cutting a little bit on the other side, so it'll be a little upside down to y'all. Y'all take a drink with me so I don't feel guilty for stopping. I really, really, really like Dr. Pepper. Lord Jesus. Y'all wake up out there. Come on. We have 11 people watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to throw them out there. Don't be shy. It's okay to be a beginner if you are. Whether beginner scroller or beginner with spirals, I will do my best to help. If I cannot, hopefully somebody in the chat can. And the video still held for review, utter shocker. So let's get back to scrolling. That's an important cut, so I am getting back on the line, but when I went off the line, it was into the waist area. I just was moving my eyes around looking at something else. And that's an important cut because it's one side of the arm and hand. Y'all hold the noise down out there. Come on. Yep, you can hear a pin drop. You have us in your trance, Charles. That's been funny. Boom, wow, that was a big pin. Okay, I don't know what that means. Oh, unless you're referring to the stake he's holding. I don't know. Of course, that's covered up by the arm of the scroll saw. Keep bouncing off the cut. See, y'all gotta listen to me whistle because y'all ain't talking. So we got the Titans, Chiefs, Packers, and who else? 49ers playing today. And then we'll know who's going to the Super Bowl. I have a feeling it'll be the Chiefs and 49ers, but I could be wrong. Green Bay has a remote chance. I don't think the Titans do, although they surprised the Ravens. This is all assuming you're into American football. The blade's a little bit dull. Yeah. I have a sneaking suspicion that Russ Meadows has not told his wife that we're in love yet. I'm kidding. Come on now. I am 100% straight. I just like to joke. Just saying. Well, sometimes one way to tell the blade is getting dull is when I'm trying to shave a line and it's bouncing off of the area I'm trying to shave rather than just shaving it. This one's getting a little dull, but I'm more worried when I'm having to push too hard to cut. That's when I usually pull the blade out and put another one in there. Or it just breaks. Oh crap, Russ is listening. That's funny right there. Yeah. Russ might not be allowed back on today. Yeah, I already invited him. He said, Charlie, I don't like you. Go to hell. No, he's not able to join us, but hello, Russ. That's funny. His ears must have been burning, or he's been watching the whole time just stalking us. But I guess you can say I got stone cold busted, by God. No sneaking by over here. Anybody watching has any comments or questions, feel free to throw them out there. I will address them. If I don't know, somebody in the chat might. Because maybe an utter shock, but I don't know everything. Come on now. Y'all perk up, whatever the word I'm looking for. Yeah, I got caught with the hand in the cookie jar. Yeah. See, it's such a beautiful day, and I'm in here scrolling for y'all. See what I sacrificed for y'all. I'm kidding. Let's get back to it. And sadly, I wouldn't even be remotely surprised if somebody started a rumor that me and Russ Meadows were gay because of a little joke I said. That's the kind of crap that can happen in a big community, but it's very rare. But people love to start rumors about me. Attention, attention. Me and Russ Meadows are not gay. We are not lovers. It is called a sense of humor. Russ Meadows says I popped in at the right time. I don't know the winning lotto numbers. Aussie Manor, I wouldn't be here. My butler would be cutting for me. Oh, diddly. Oh, if I'm being honest, even if I was filthy rich, I'd probably still be scrolling. From my yacht. I'm kidding. I don't want a yacht. In Russ Meadows, I went and looked in today, and I was surprised at how hard it is to find a good picture of Tracy Byrd. Found a couple, but I don't know why people start crap either, John. But some people just don't have a life. Keep on scrolling, man. That's what I was doing. Somebody actually asked me in the beginning of this live stream, what is it that you're saying at the beginning of your live streams? I could never make it out, so I had to say it slower. Say it. I am saying, what are y'all doing? But I say it like a hick, and I say it quick. What are y'all doing? He diddly. Come on now. Maturity is not required to be here, but a sense of humor is. Or at least for you to better the odds of enjoying it. Aussie Man says, hell, I want a yacht, plane, 20 houses, 100 pretty maids, and whatever else I can think of. I just need one small thing: first money. Yep. Amen. I think if I ever won millions of dollars, I would help family first, get a house, a vehicle I wasn't afraid to drive. No, I'm not afraid to drive my truck, but it is a truck, so the gas mileage could be better. But I guarantee you I'd suddenly have a lot more friends. But let's be honest here, I'm probably never going to be even close to rich, so we're going to sit here and be broke scrollers together, by God. I can't even afford to pay attention. I might have heard that rooster since I got the window open now. Unless I breathed into the mic wrong. I'll try to stay quiet and say in case they start crowing again. That one wasn't quite as loud. But we do have to scroll at some point. Honestly, man says that's it. Scroll on, poor scroller man. Poverty loves company. Rich loves leeches. Yeah. It's reasonable to assume that I might finish this project today on this live stream. It's possible. The laptop will probably dictate that. But I'm quite sure YouTube will have it under review the whole time, so let's find out if they've released it yet. Probably not. Y'all probably heard that. No, they have not released it yet. Lovely. At some point, I do need to go out there and give the chickens water. They go through it pretty quick. And for those that weren't here yesterday, Wooden Visions, if you click on the shop tab, now has scroll-on caps and visors and floppy hats, or sometimes referred to as bucket hats. And there's still 14 ebooks, 5 downloadable instructional videos, and 1,700-ish patterns. And there's a donate button on there if you don't want to buy anything but want to help me out. I'd appreciate it, because someday we're probably going to need a new laptop. I said this yesterday, and not one of y'all stinkers did anything. Just kidding. I'm not kidding that none of y'all stinkers did anything. I'm kidding about the guilt trip. Awesome Man says, holy crap, Russ, if you want us to hear him that much, bring him in and sit it on the scroll saw. No, my chickens don't drink Dr. Pepper. And I think Aussie Man meant to say Charles, not Russ, because I'm the one talking about roosters, not Russ. But he probably won't crow if I have him here in the shop. He'll probably be pecking on sawdust trying to eat it. But I do have more than one rooster. That's why you hear him so often, if you do hear him. And even if roosters could drink Dr. Peppers, I wouldn't give them any, because that would be less for me, and I'm greedy with my Dr. Pepper. I don't know how many chickens we have now. It's like 18 to 20, somewhere in there, with about 4 or 5 roosters, I believe, because we thought they were all hens. Nope. Yeah, the roosters, they start crowing around 4:30 in the morning, and it's nowhere near daylight, but people just think it's a thing where they crow at daybreak. Nope. They crow every chance they get. It's 2:38 p.m. here, and yeah, they're still crowing. We're going to stretch a little bit now. Sorry, I had a good comfortable stretch. Yes, sir. Well, they do sleep at night, but yeah, 4:30 in the morning they get to going. And if I'm being honest, they're probably more pets than, like, meat birds. I mean, we have some meat birds in there, but mainly just for, a change of scenery, having pets. And of course, I did this back when I had a better income. And if I'd have known I was going to lose that income, I wouldn't have bought a shed to make into a coop and pay $100 a month on the dang coop. But anyway, yeah, there's also a lot of eggs. But yeah, they're not hard work. It's just consistent. You got to feed and water them every day because when you have a lot of chickens, they eat and drink a lot. Midnight Joker says young roosters, when they are learning to crow, can be quite amusing. Yes, yes, they can. We have one rooster that sounds like it's crowing underwater. I'll see call them chooks or chooks. Alrighty then. Well, you Aussies are kind of weird. Good Dr. Pepper. I'm on the edge of sneezing. Bear with me. Okay. All right, let's do this. I will say this: chickens grow pretty fast. Appreciate you being here, Midnight Joker. Aren't so glad we're not triple stacking this? We would be barely into the project. I learned my lesson. And I'll do my best to still be live later, but I try to do at least one live stream a day, if not two. Depends on the pace of this one. But since I got started early in the day, there possibly be another one later today. Yesterday I failed everybody, only did one live stream. I know, terrible. Dagnabbit. Oh well, these things do happen. On to blade number 3. We will test the tension before getting back into it. I apologize for all the throat clearing and sniffing. I got drainage. Lordy. And somebody moved my pilot hole again. I don't know why y'all always feel the need to move my pilot holes when I'm not looking. I stole my pallet hole again. Well, I was nowhere near that thing. That would explain why I couldn't find it. With a piece this small, I can turn the piece sideways to get it in the pallet hole. See it much quicker. Well, it's small to me. Also, man, I heard a comedian telling that joke, and I can't remember which comedian it was. Got a little piece of veneer that popped off, so I'm going to alter that cut a little bit. We don't want any flaws showing in here. Oh, yeah, President Reagan's the one that told that joke. Yeah, I remember that now. And for the sake of filling in the audience, the joke is, farmer says to a guy, I breed really fast chickens, they have 3 legs. Guy says, why? Then farmer says, well, three of us in the family and we all like drumsticks. The guy says, how do they taste? Farmer says, don't know. We can't catch the dang things to find out. Doop, but don't cheat. That's funny right there, I tell you what. Yeah, I knew I'd heard that before. Ronald Reagan. I'm going to stretch a little bit. Y'all bear with me. Well, also, man, it's like me and you were the only ones talking. Y'all better wake up out there. I'm staying awake. Honesty Man says, so why did the chicken cross the road? Because he had 3 legs and was being chased by a farmer with an axe. Stanley Langford says, howdy, bro. Hello, Stanley. I watched the tracing video this morning, had to go sell Girl Scout cookies, and finally got back to catch up on the cut. I really like it. Thank you, sir. It is available on woodenvisions.com. There's also a bordered version, and I appreciate you being here. And YouTube is still holding my video for review because they love me. Because we can't have something controversial like a scroll saw project. I'm considering the stagecoach for the next project. Obviously, man, it's a actual 3D thing. It's not a portrait. It is an actual stagecoach. But I have to figure out the math on how wide it needs to be. Because I'm enlarging it from its original size of very small. Matter of fact, I'll run grab that. I showed it the other night. I don't know if you were here for that. It's one of my more popular videos on YouTube. It's a walnut stagecoach, but when we had the house fire, when they cleared out everything, they threw stuff in boxes, so the stagecoach got broken. But we're going to work on a much larger version of this. As you can see, it's broken. Worst problems to have, but I'm enlarging the pattern from this small to much, much bigger, so I have to determine how thick of material I'm going to need for the inside of it. So that's why I haven't done it yet. Is I got to figure out the dimensions of the thickness from side to side. I've already drawn the sides and the wheels and all the parts underneath, but I don't know. I bought a 1x12x8 for the area in between. We're going to do this maple ply for the sides of it, but I don't know how wide to make this. I got to do the math. But this was a fun project to do. It's one of the few projects I've done that were actually 3-dimensional, but I want to make a much larger version of it. Put some rubbers in there too. Yeah, I mean, the doors don't open or anything, but I guess I could design it to where they did. But yeah, this was one of my favorite projects, but it had a little brake handle here too, and that broke off. And as you can see, the wheel is broken, as is one of the wheels on this side, but it does roll. So I'll have to redo that someday, but I don't have any more walnut for a little one. But yeah, that was fun to do. So that's hopefully what the next project will be, if I can figure out the math of how wide it needs to be. But yeah, it does have parts underneath too. That should be a fun one. I wish I could design stuff like this. I'm not good at designing three-dimensional things. Hell, I can't even make a picture frame. That should be a fun project if I can get the math right. I may have to get the internet's help for doing the conversion of how much to enlarge it. No, unfortunately, it is not my pattern. It is from, I want to say Wooden Teddy Bear or Scroller Online. I mean, I want to make changes to it, but it still wouldn't be my design. But they do send it on paper, so it's not something you can download and do, which kind of sucks. I like downloadable patterns because you get them quicker. Let me go get that pattern and I'll tell you where I bought it. Oh. So apparently I bought it from Scroller Ltd. I believe the website is Scroller Online, but it is a paper set of designs. But I scanned it into my computer and enlarged it quite a bit. So this is the part I've already drawn, but this is the part that will be made out of the pine, and I got to figure out how wide to make this to equal, how much I enlarged that one. And we got the wheels and all that stuff. So it's plumb nifty. Well, I've already enlarged part of it, but okay, let me explain. Like, they want you to cut 2 of these, but they don't, even if I enlarge this, that tells me what size to cut it, but not how many I need to cut side to side in order to make it the same thickness. Because I'm doing the sides out of this thin 1/4-inch maple, but I want the middle to be wider, obviously, than 1/4-inch maple can do. So I'll be using 1 by whatever pine, and I have to do the math to determine exactly how wide to make it so it's equal. Now the coach and wagon interiors are cut from 2 pieces of 3/4-inch wood. Now that's for the small size I just showed you, but I don't know what that equates to as much as I enlarged it. So I have to figure out the math. Anyway, so there's that. So yeah, I have the project itself I can enlarge, but it doesn't tell me how wide I have to make it when I've enlarged it so much. But I'll figure it out at some point. It's just right now thinking it's not my strong suit. But because I like the look of that walnut, I'll probably stain the maple and the pine to get that look as well. I went off the line because I was putting my eyes somewhere else. But it's okay. It's just a shadow in the robe. Probably going to make this my last cut for this live stream because I'm getting pretty tired all of a sudden. But rest assured, if my laptop works, I will be back later. Just make sure you subscribe, click on the bell for notifications, and you won't miss it. And I'm sorry I'm ending it so quick, but when I get tired, I go downhill pretty quick. So there's that. I appreciate everybody being here. I will be back later, so please make sure you're subscribing and click on the bell, and I appreciate y'all being here per the usual. But in the meantime, scroll on.